Hey Rock Gamers! Today we're going to talk about the upcoming More Than Gems event, um, or the what I believe is going to be an upcoming More Than Gems event this Saturday. As I've said in previous email videos and emails to the Alliance, and that the um, the previous three More Than Gems events have been 28 days from the previous one, so 28 days is this Saturday, February 5th. So I'm pretty sure that it seems like Lilith has set into a set pattern, and it's about making money for them. They have it right after a wheel, so people spin those wheels, and then they want to participate in the More Than Gems, so they spend a lot of money on making sure they have enough gems for the More Than Gems event. So what I want to talk about is where you want to spend your money on the More Than Gems. The specifics on how much to spend, I will go over once the More Than Gems event is actually started. But for now, let's talk about, and it's going to be the path to T5 and where to spend it. So I had a lot of questions about that in Lion's chat last night, and I was thinking about it, and it's a very complex question of what to spend your gems on. So, like, for myself, what I do is I spend them on in the VIP, buying the golden heads, because I need those golden heads to max commanders and that. It's the logical place to put that for me. I'm VIP 15, so I get 3 golden heads. Yes, VIP would be nice, but increasing. But I'm as you can see in the top here, I'm still over 400,000 away from the next one, so it doesn't make sense to dump a whole bunch in there when golden heads is the most valuable thing for me at this point. But for the younger players, the players that don't have T5 yet, you have to really evaluate where you are in VIP, where you are with your castle, where you are with your tech. If your tech, when you look down here at the end, if your tech in these two columns, these 1, 2, 3, 4 columns here, up to combined arms and encampment, if that's less than 8, for example, I would say you're not. If these are all 8 or less, you're not extremely close, and especially if your castle is below 25, you're not very close. So I wouldn't spend a lot of gems on books or on the builders blueprints and that, because you've still got a ways to go on doing research. On the other hand, if these are all 9s, or you're getting very close to most of them being 9s, and same thing with up here on your economic tree, like, I mean, these all have to be up to 9 as well. If they're all up to 9, then your number one priority is getting that castle to level 25 at that point. So if it's just books you need, then by all means, in the More Than Gem event, spend it on books. Get your castle to 25. Then you can start getting your buildings up there. If you, let's say you only need 20,000 gems worth of books, start buying those builders blueprints for the remainder on the rest of that day and day 2, spend it on getting the blueprints then. You're gonna need them because you're gonna have to have all your buildings, at least one of every type of building up to 25 in order to go for your T5. So get them during that time, and then you can start working towards your T5 because you at that point, once you get your castle of 25, you're there. But if you're if you know you're quite a ways on down on the deck. For example, if you don't even have your cartography up to 5, so combat tactics, defensive formation, herbal medicine are all below 10. You're like if that's where you're at, you're a long way away from T5. I mean, a long way away. And at that point, like I mean, like you should be doing forts with your passive AP all day long. You know, every day where you can, all the way along. I mean, this isn't something you wait until you're starting to work towards T5. It's something you do right from as soon as you get a castle and those level 1 forts start popping in the kingdom. You start using the AP on forts. And do it consistently, like as an alliance right from the very beginning. That should be your number 1 priority. Getting that all the way through so that you can get as many books as you can before you have to start spending on books, because the more you can save those gems for wheels and VIP and things, the better off you'll be. But if you're still the main thing by this point, if you're still having done that all the way along, you're still low on your tech, you're a long way off, then I would suggest, at least until you can get to VIP, I do believe it is, I'm going to look up here, I think it's 13 where you start getting 2 golden heads a turn. No, sorry, 12. At VIP 12. So, especially up until you can get to VIP 12, do use a lot of your more than gems on pumping up your VIP. Once you can get the 2 golden heads a day, then you start evaluating, you know, the other priorities. Like at VIP 15 is a big level, I believe. You start getting some big bonuses, and then now that I'm here at VIP 15, I start doing other golden heads. You know, going back to that tech though, that's your determining factor on the other things. So if you're close, these are all 9s. Get that castle going. Or if you've already got the castle to 25 and these are 9s, then absolutely make sure you spend it on those getting all those builders blueprints. You're gonna spend the gems on them anyway. Why not get value for that and get levels in the more than gems event for getting those blueprints? It's the same thing as the same cost as myself spending them on the golden heads. It's about getting value. So like when I buy those golden heads for more than gems event, it's in through the VIP shop. I'm getting golden heads for buying golden heads. I mean, there's not much better value in the game as far as I'm concerned. But if your tech's low, this is the time. Like I mean, don't waste your gems on buying the books. If you've got a lot of tech to go, keep pumping through. Keep pumping through the forts. You see, I've got a march going to a fort right now. Yeah, I've got my T5. I've got everything, tech, buildings, everything maxed out, and I'm still doing forts. That's how much value there is in it. So keep doing those forts all along. Another thing I wanted to talk about quick, because we talked about this in the same thing. As you're doing those forts, it's important that on your talent tree for the commanders running the forts and barbs, this here, Trophy Hunter. You need to have Trophy Hunter on every peacekeeping commander you're using for doing forts and barbs. You see there, you get an extra 15 resource pack C's, and I mean that's valuable. It's really valuable. You know, when you're using your AP on that all the time, that builds up. You see here, when I got to the kingdom, I spent all I needed the resources to participate in the mightiest governor I was in. So I spent them all, but you see, in just 2 weeks, I built up 24,000 level 1 pack C's and 7,500 level 2 resource packs. And these are 10,000 resources. So that is a lot of resources in that level 2 resource pack, in the 7,500. And in the 2 weeks until our KVK drops, I'll at least double that, maybe more. So you got to keep that going all the time. See, the Aethelflaed's finished, and before she returns, I'll start on my secondary fort march. So I keep that going. Keep using the AP here. See, I've got about 500 left. I don't have my daily one. I've used it already, but see there, claimed it already. Always make sure you get low enough to claim that without it, pushing you to full AP. And these 1,050 action points that I've got here, that's just from doing forts as an alliance, both in 53 before I left and here between KVKs. It's over 1,000 in a month. That is the power of constantly doing forts as an alliance. You're helping the younger accounts grow, and you're getting value yourself if you're a T5. So make sure to be prepared for More Than Gems. I believe it is coming up Saturday. Could be wrong, but best predictor of the future is what's happened in the past, and I do believe this will be the fourth in a row when it happens on Saturday. That's happened 28 days apart. So we'll see you later. Enjoy playing Rise of Kingdoms.